Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson, joining you live and bringing you all the action here from the ball field in Elsberry, Missouri, as the Elsberry Indians take on the Wright City Wildcats. Welcome to the second game of the season here for the Indians as we head into the baseball season, as we head into that nicer weather that leads us into the summer break. This is, as I said, the second game of the season for the Indians. They played last week, falling to Palmyra 12-6 in their first game of the season. By all accounts, I wasn't able to attend, but from the way I take it, the Indians fought hard, and the score really didn't reflect the level of play that the Indians were able to show on the field. We're about to begin here in just a few minutes. Lineups for the Indians. Leading off is going to be number 10, Bodecker, followed by 15, Turnbull. 2, Martin. 22, Reimel. 14, Almas. 30, Hill. Number 6, Mackey. Number 9, Kelly. And rounding that out is going to be the designated hitter. It's going to be Anthony. Trammell will be on the field for him. For the Wildcats, it's going to be leading off number 1, Britton. 4, Jones. 9, Tipker. 28, Mosey. 12, Bodie. 2, Fall. 7, Lampender. 6, Sharp. And 8, Riley. I apologize if there's any mispronunciations on the Wright City team. The lineup they gave me is pretty clear on most of it, but there's a few names that a couple letters disappeared, and I'm having to put 2 and 2 together to make that. A couple moments, gentlemen, we're going to start this game off, folks, as we see the officials hit the field. Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Indian Sports Network tonight. We're glad to have you along. For those of you who haven't joined us since basketball season, you may notice a little bit of a different look and feel to the broadcast. We've done some upgrades, done some changes, and I hope it creates a smoother experience for you at home because it's making things a little smoother here for us in the field as we broadcast. This is a little busier week than last week for the Indians. They will play on Thursday in Bowling Green a little earlier than this. I believe it's a 4:30 start on Thursday. As we wait here for just a few more minutes, we're going to break away for one quick commercial from our sponsors. We'll be right back with you here on the Indian Sports Network.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, we are about to get this game kicking off. Coach Wells from Wright City and Coach Robinson meeting out at center field. As I said, we are working with some newer equipment, some different setups, so we're still kind of tweaking with the situation to some degree, trying to make sure that we're coming through clear and understandable to you at home, and so you can get the best experience possible here on the Indian Sports Network. Brought to you by the Elsberry Democrat and several of our local sponsors. We're very thankful to have them supporting us and supporting the youth here in Eastern Lincoln County. On the mound for the Indians tonight is going to be John Almus. Behind the plate, Mr. Bodecker. First base is going to be Hill. Second, Trammell, who will have Anthony DHing for him. Shortstop is going to be Martin. Third base will be Mr. Mike Kelly. Out in right field is going to be Cale Mackey. In center, Zach Reimel. And in left, that's going to be Mr. Tyler Turnbull. Lineup once again for those Wright City Wildcats is going to be number 1, Britton. Number 4, Jones. Number 9, Tipker. And number 28, Mosey. That will start the lineup for us, folks, as we head into this game as coaches get spread out. It is a wonderful afternoon for baseball, folks. If you had the opportunity to come out here and join us in person, it is nice. The breeze is lightly going. We can only hope that the sun stays out as long as possible, because we all know that once the sun drops, especially this time into March and early April, it's going to get cold quick. Almost warming up on the mound. Britton is the second baseman for Wright City. He'll be up first, as I said, followed by Jones, who's catcher, and Tipker, who's their shortstop.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green.
Alrighty, folks, here we go. Game is afoot. First pitch from Almas. Strike 1. Pitch 2. And strike 2, folks. Britton gets settled back in the box. Pitch comes in, swing, and nothing there, folks. But that is an out. Up now, number 4, Jones. Catching today for the Wildcats. Pitch comes into Jones. Strike 1. Strike 2. And here's a pitch. Count is now 1-2. That last one being a ball, obviously. Pitch comes in. Strike 3, folks. Up now, number 9, Tipker. Tipker's playing shortstop tonight for the Wildcats. I apologize, at least on the Wildcat side, we don't have first names for most of these gentlemen. So we'll, as we go, try to fill in some blanks for you, but we're just playing with last names. Pitch comes in from John Almas. That's a ball, I believe. And he rips it straight into center. That's going to Mr. Reimel. Reimel takes it, and Zach throws it to Martin. Martin gets there to the second baseman, and we've got a runner at first. Up now, number 28, Mosey. I believe last year we saw him in play, and I think he can hit it pretty well if I remember right. But, folks, my memory is pretty shoddy. Oh, they try to do the throw to first, and Jones is quick. Or, excuse me, Tipker's quick. Almost looks. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. Pitch comes in. High. It was high. Folks, we are at a little bit of a different angle than normal. I'm usually set right behind the ump. I can tell real clear. And he hits it right down the third baseline. Ball was out of Mike Kelly's hands. He gets to first. And there's a tag at first. That's 3. As I said, folks, we're a little different of an angle here as we close out the first portion of the inning. Usually we sit right behind home plate. And this view does give us full score, but as I said, right when I'm behind home plate, I can generally see exactly what they're calling and at least keep up with them. This ump's a little quieter, and I can't always hear what he's calling on it. But we'll try to keep up with him as best I can. On the mound for Wright City is going to be Fall. Yeah, we'll go with Fall. As I said, a couple letters missing in some of these names on the lineup, and I'm piecing them together as I can. Behind home plate is Jones. First base, Mosey. Second base, Britton. Third base, Bodie. Shortstops, Tipker. And left is Riley. Center is Lampeter. And in right field, or the ninth position, is Sharp. I was going to go with numbers instead of actual names. As you can see, Coach Dameron heading over to first base. The Indians are coached by Dustin Robinson and assisted by Chris Dameron. Up first for those Indians is going to be Bodeker, followed by Turnbull and Martin. Pretty quick first part of the first, folks. 4 batters, 3 outs. Let's see how the Indians fare as they step to the plate. 10 gets squared on in. That's Bodeker, as I said. Gets settled in. Pitch comes in from Fall. Winds up, there it is. Dead center on it, folks. he comes again. And that is count 2-1. He clips the edge of it there, folks. He's going to go get resettled in. He gets settled in. Here comes a pitch. Fall. Swings, knocks it out in between center and right. But second baseman picks it up, kicks it to Mosey. Mosey tags him up. And we're done on that deal, folks. 4-3 put out. 1 out for the Indians. Up now, Tyler Turnbull. Tyler gets settled in. Here's a pitch. And that's a ball. Pretty low there. Pitch comes in again. It's high. I'd say that's another ball. All right, folks. We got 3 balls, I do believe, if my count is going. Here's a pitch. And that's a strike. Count now, 3-1. And, folks, that was a 4th ball, so he's going to take a waltz down to first base. Up now, Martin. Martin playing shortstop this year for the Indians. He gets squared on in as Tyler Turnbull takes just a hand of a lead off first. Pitch comes in. Here's another one. Low again. I'd say that's second ball. Yep. Fall tries to throw to first. Turnbull's quick. Gets settled back in. Pitch comes in again. It's high. Pops up. And it's going. Catcher goes for it. And it's out of play. It goes out of play. Jones tried to get after it, but it wasn't going to happen for him. Count now 2-1 for Martin. Drop down 4th there. I'd say that's another ball. Count now 3-1. Ball backs up. There it comes. He gets a rip right down the third base line, but it goes foul, folks. It was good. It was straight, but it started to hook a little bit, and it crossed on out. He made a good attempt on that, but just wasn't there. Just was not there. Count now 3-2 for Mr. Martin. He's going to be followed by Reimel. Zach Reimel. One of the team's seniors, I do believe, if I'm thinking straight today. Pitch comes in. He rips it straight ahead, folks. Goes into center field. Turnbull gets a second. He makes it to first. And, folks, people moving. All right, number 22, Zach Reimel gets settled in. Runners at first and second. 1 out. And Reimel gets a hold of it, but knocks it right into the second baseman's hand. But he dropped it. So, folks, people are moving. And then a rundown over there in between second and third. They seal up Turnbull, and that ends it, folks. People are not understanding that there weren't 3. At least, well, I don't know. I was kind of confused by that myself. Robinson was interpreting that as they were still good to keep the game going because they'd only been 1 out, but I think they're telling him that through that force out, it sealed the deal. So we're done with the first inning. 4 batters apiece as we clear out this inning. And just out of the edge of your screen to the left, Coach Robinson and one of the umpires is generally discussing what just went down. Folks, we're going to break away for just a quick commercial. We'll be back in just a minute here on the Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, folks, what a start to the game here in the first inning as it goes down in the books. We're about to break into the second half here. Up first is going to be number 12, Bodie. He'll be followed by number 2, Fall, and 7, Lampeter. On the mound, as we said, John Almas behind home plate. Bodecker. Kind of an interesting end to that first inning. Reimel knocked the ball out into the second baseman's hands. He kind of bobbled it, but through a force-out situation, they were able to tag Turnbull in between second and third and shut the whole thing down and seal that deal. Bodie's going to be batting left-handed. First lefty so far we've seen this game, maybe all season they may have. He knocks it straight on the first hit, folks, straight out into center field. Reimel picks it up, kicks it to Colby Martin. Well, he sits safely at first base. Bodie, the third baseman for Wildcats. He just settled on in. Up now, number 2, Fall. Almost winds up. Oh, he throws for first. They're trying to get Bodie, but almost checks around. Here's a pitch. Down on the dirt. And Bodie's going for second, folks. That ball squarely right at the start of the batter's box. Gives Bodie the opportunity to make his way to second base. Almost got to get that ball out of the ground if he wants to make it count, folks. Bodie taking a pretty good lead off second base there a moment ago. Almost checks back. Here comes a pitch. And Bodie makes another move as the ball clipped off the catcher's glove. Bodie now at third base, folks, on a lot of sloppy ball. On a lot of sloppy ball. For those of you just joining us, welcome here to the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson bringing you all the action live as the Elsberry Indians take on the Wright City Wildcats. Pitch comes in, swing and a miss. Count now, 2-1 for Mr. Fall. 2-1 with a runner all the way to third. And there's a strike three. That brings up now number 7, that's Lampeter. Pitch comes in. It's low again, folks. And he rips it, folks. Goes third base, third to first. And it's done there as Mr. Lampeter is out. It's a 5-3 move, and it done. Up now, Sharp. Sharp out in right field this game. He's going to bat right-handed. Runner still on third. Almost checks. Here's pitch. Low. Almost again on the outside this time, but low still. Sharp potentially going to be followed by number 8, Riley, who's in left field. Pitch comes in from John Almost down low again in the dirt. Bodie not moving on this time. Sharp gets settled in, Almost looks, checks. Pitch comes in. It's low. It's another ball. Count now 3-1 for Sharp. Pitch comes in again. It's higher, but he rips it right down the first baseline, and Hill walks it right on into the first base plate, folks, and we are done. And that ends the top of the second, folks. We're heading into the bottom of the second. Up first for the Indians going to be that pitcher, number 14, John Almost. He's going to be followed by number 30, Hill, and 6, Mackey. Hill playing first and Mackey out in right field today. Still on the mound is Fall, and behind base is Jones, or behind home plate is Jones, excuse me. As these fellas warm up for just a second, we're going to try to break away for a quick commercial break. Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Indian Sports Network.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
What an afternoon for baseball, folks. Like I said earlier, it is a beautiful afternoon out. Really not too bad. The wind starting to pick up into that chilly direction, if you will, but not too bad at all for a little baseball. Good crowd out here tonight as we are early in the season. Lots of folks came to see the Indians Wildcats play as Mr. Almost steps up to the plate. Pitch comes in. It's hot. Ball comes in with another one. And it goes high, folks. High, high, high. But it's coming down out there towards that second baseman, and he just picked it off. Britton just ran there and grabbed her. Took that down and out, John. Almost out. Fly out 2-4. Up now, Hill. Here it goes again. Swings, and it goes foul, folks, off the tip of the bat there. Hill going to be followed by Mackey. Garrett Hill, I believe that is. Pitch comes in, swings, knocks it right on along the ground to the shortstop to first. He's out. That's a 6-3 there. And we got second out. Up now, Cale Mackey. Cale, number 6. Cale playing out in right field. He's batting lefty. One of the few on the team. He might be the only one, I think. Could be wrong on that, but it's a short list. Mackey will be followed by Mike Kelly. Pitch comes in. It's a low one. It was a strike. 2-1 is the count for Cale Mackey. Pitch comes in. That's another strike. Count 2-2. There's the pitch. A little outside. That's a ball. Count full. And follow with the pitch. Down in the dirt. And that's going to send Cale Mackey to first base. Two outs on the field. Cale Mackey at first. Up now, Mike Kelly. Kelly playing third base for the Indians today. Pitch comes in. And it was good. It's a strike. Try to throw back to first, but Mackey gets there nice, safe, and sound, folks. He looks, there's a pitch. It's high and out. Pitch goes back to first base. They're trying. Not quick enough. Fast, but not quick enough. 2-1 is the count for Kelly. Pitch on the outside there just a little bit. Count now 3-1. Kelly gets settled in. Pitch comes in for foul. It's low and outside. That's a walk, folks. Kelly goes to first as Mackey goes to second. Runners on first and second as, Lil Anthony steps up. Number 21. For a minute I thought it might be Logan, but it's younger brother. Pitch comes in. Outside a little bit. Foul looks. Pitch comes in. Low and down. It's a ball. Checks back. Here comes the pitch. It's high. Count now. I believe 1 strike against him. Two outs. Runners first, second. There's swing, and it's a pop. And it's way back behind us, folks. Count now, full. I believe we're sitting at, full count. Runners, as I said, first and second, 2 outs. Anthony up. Pitch comes in. It's high. And that makes it a ball, and we are loading the bases, folks. That puts Gail Mackey on third, Mike Kelly on second, and Anthony there on first. Having a short conference at the mound there for the Wildcats as we hit this later portion of the second inning, the bottom of the second. Score still 0-0. Now stepping up to the plate, number 10. Back at the top of the line off Bodecker. Bodecker gets good look around. He steps on in the box, gets settled down. There's a strike. Foul looks for it. Here it comes. There's another one. Bodecker settles up. Here he comes. Clips the edge of it, but it's going foul. Just tapped it right there along the edge of the outer line. Foul takes his check, winds up. Here's the pitch. He rips it straight on through center, past the shortstop into center field. We get 1 run through as Kel Mackey takes it home. He's followed by Mike Kelly, leaving Anthony at second, and Bodecker sitting there happily at first. What a nice little play there. Kelly home and Mackey home. That's going to put Tyler Turnbull, number 15, up. Runners on first and second. Score now 2-0. Tyler gets settled in. Pitch comes in. Little outside. Little outside. Swing and a miss by Turnbull. They try to throw for first base. It gets way past Mosley, and it's going way into right field. So, folks, people are moving. Anthony makes it to third. They're singling him home. He's going home. He makes it. He is cleared. That's another circle around the field for Elsberry. And that kills the inning, though, with that out. So, score now 3-0 for the Indians. What a way to play, folks. What a way to play. We're about to hit the top of the third. We'll break away for a quick commercial from some of our sponsors and be back with you here in just a moment on the Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Once again, thank you to our sponsors who help us bring the Indian Sports Network to you all throughout the year, no matter the sport, season, rain or shine. Almost on the mound up first for the Wildcats. Going to be number 8, Riley. He's at the bottom of their lineup. Left field. He gets settled in. He's going to be batting right-handed, if you weren't able to tell that one from home. Pitch comes in from Almas. It's a little high. Almas gets set up. Here it comes again. Swing and a miss. Riley will be followed by Tyler Britton. And then Jones. Swing and a miss again. Count 1-2. Here in the top of the third as the Elsberry Indians take on the Wright City Wildcats live on the Indian Sports Network. I do want to apologize. I just realized this. When I came here earlier today, they had the whole system already pre-set up for me since we're changing over. It looks like the label of the game says Elsberry Indians versus Mark Twain, and that's incorrect. It is Wright City. Pitch comes in, swing and a miss by Mr. Britton. Pitch comes in from Almas. Another strike. Here it comes again. A little low this time. Britton will be followed by Jones, his catcher, and Tipker, shortstop. Pitch comes in. He clips it right outside the third base foul line. Not too bad of a hit. Just if it would have straightened out, it might have got some distance on it. A little higher off the ground. That's about 9/10 of the hits, though, in baseball if they'd straighten out and get a little bit off the ground. Swings, and this one he knocks solidly over third base and out to left field. Picked up in left field, and they try to move her fast enough, but they sure don't get her anywhere too quick. And that puts Britton at first base. Up now, number 4, catcher Jones. He's going to get settled in right now here. Runner on first. Almost with the pitch. Dropped by Bodecker. Bobbled just a little bit. Could have been worse, but it did help Britton get to second base. Pitch comes in, almost, and Jones gets the edge of it, clips it into the fence. Almost gets settled back in up on the mound. Makes his choice and checks back to second base. Here's the pitch. Gets clipped up high again, foul, and it's going to go out of the field to play easily. Looked like it might stand for a second. Kel Mackey kind of jagged at it, but no reason to. Count now 1-2 for Mr. Jones. 1 out. Score 3-0. Timeout called. Almost checks back. Pitch goes in. It's going outside. And it's a ball. Here comes again. It's a little high this time. Count now 3-2. Almost with the pitch, and that's clipped the edge of the bat, so that's a foul ball. Oh, the missed throw to first. It's past Hill, and he's safe there, but too late in the whole cycle of it. Britton gets all the way in, and he scores. Jones is safe at first. After a little bit of a bobble there, and nobody kind of catching up and putting 2-2 together on that. Tipker up now. He settles in. Runners at first. 1 out. Pitch comes in. It's outside. Pitch comes high and over to first base. Mr. Hill. Garrick trying to pin down Jones there, but just not going to work. Jones takes that lead off again. First. Almost with the pitch to Tipker. A little low. Still pretty good. Almost checks around. Here's pitch. And that's right down the third baseline. Clips off the glove of Kelly, so it's no good, but they're going to signal Jones to go, and he drops and slides to third, leaving Tipker at first, folks. Not exactly the route we want to see the Indians taking, but now runners on first and third. One run already in. There's a good chance these Wildcats behind Mosey here in a minute just might tie this up if they really hit it swell, but it's a long shot possibility. Although there are no true long shots, I don't think, this early in the game. Quick conference up on the mound by the Indians. Coach Robinson talking to his boys. Hopefully going to come out with a plan that's going to lead them a little straighter here in the next at-bat or so. They only have one out. Obviously, we need to kind of pick it up and seal this off now rather than letting it get out ahead and grow on them. I think kind of one of the issues last year that maybe cropped up on them was a couple games where the Indians had a solid attempt at it. They were pushing good, but a team was able to get in a situation just kind of like this and one out, and they had guys out on base and were able to just kind of push it out ahead just enough and keep bumping it every time. And just that little bit of a bump sometimes can really knock morale and knock the go and get of a team. Almost gets settled on the mound. They try to throw it to first. Mosey at bat. His first at bat, he knocked it out towards third. They were able to get that over and get him out of first. We'll see how he does on this try, folks. Almost with the pitch. Ball. They go for the throw. Well, the thought of the throw over maybe, but it didn't really happen as Tipker makes his way to second base. Runners at second and third now. Tipker behind Jones. Mosey gets settled in. Pitch comes in. It's outside. It's a ball. Almost checks. Here comes. Mosey gets a hold of it, but it goes foul. Mosey goes back and gets settled in. Here comes a pitch. Catches the edge of it. Not good enough, though, folks. It's going to bump the count. I think we're sitting at 2-2, but I might be off by. Yep, we're good. We're 2-2. He clips it out foul again, keeping himself alive. Pitch comes in, swings and knocks toward third base. Missed at third base, makes it all the way out to left field. Left fielder's swinging it hard in, but it doesn't matter because we still get a score run. Jones makes his way in. Tipker now at third. Mosey sitting at second. Folks, that got away quick. Up now, number 12, that's Bodie. Bodie batting left-handed, as we said earlier in the game. Pitch comes in from almost. Bodie gets a hold of it, knocks it out right way. Center fielder getting under. That's Reimel, or Mackey, excuse me. Mackey gets under it. He kicks it once, and Bodiker just a second too shy on getting Tipker out, but just a second too shy. But he did get the out there on Bodie. So, second out of the inning there, Bodie. Tipker scores. Up now is going to be number 2, that's Fall. Pitch comes in, low and in the dirt. Runners at just third base, and that's Mosey. He's the only runner out there now as they've already scored 3 runs this inning. Swing and a miss. Count 1-1. Almost again with a pitch. That's a strike. Pitch comes in from almost, swings, and he knocks it center. It's going center. And Reimel gets under it and knocks that out, folks. That wraps up this portion of the third. We're going to go into the bottom of the third now here in just a moment. As we do, I'm going to break away for a couple quick messages from some of our sponsors.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Alrighty, folks, and welcome back to the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson bringing you all the action live here from Elsberry. Temperature dropping just a little bit as we watch the wind pick up just a little bit and the sun's starting to dip just a tad. Up first for the Indians is going to be number 15, Tyler Turnbull. Turnbull gets settled in, pitch for foul off the tip of his bat. Score now, 3-3. Tied up here as we go into the bottom of the third. Turnbull with the swing, and that's a strike. Count now 1-1, I believe. Count 2-2. Or excuse me, 2-1, I believe. Pitch comes in, folks, and that ends it. First out here, bottom of the third. Up now, number 2, it's Colby Martin. Fall still on the mound. Jones behind home plate. Pitch comes from Fall. It's high, folks. There's a little chat going on. Jones and Fowl out on the mound. Colby Martin waiting. Martin last year had a couple solid plays for the Indians. Several pretty solid hits, if I remember right. Pitch comes in. It would be a strike. Count. 2-1. Swing, and it goes pop fly. And it is out of play. And that is the third, folks. Down goes Colby Martin. The second out here in the bottom of the third. Up now, number 22, Zach Reimel. Reimel gets settled in. Foul with the pitch. He rips it straight towards center, but center fielder gets right under it, and that was Lampeter, and he seals that deal up. Folks, and that's about 1, 2, 3 batters, and we're done with that inning of play. As we head into the fourth, we're going to break away for a short message from some of our sponsors. We'll be right back here on the Indian Sports Network.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Number 7, that's Lampeter, the man who sealed up the third inning for Wright City with that last catch there, is up bat. It's a strike. Pitch comes in again. He rips it right along the ground. Gets fumbled there, but he gets to first. And they're calling it safe. He beat the ball just by a hair. Hill didn't get it quick enough. Up now, number 6. It's Sharp. Sharp will be followed by Riley. Lampeter, Sharp, and Riley are center field, right field, and left field, respectively. Almost on the mound. Gets settled in, tries to throw for first. Keep him honest. Almost with the pitch. A little on the edge of the outside, but probably still good. Try to throw over at first again. They're trying to make that attempt work, but folks, I don't know if it will. Sharp gets settled in. Almost looks. There's the pitch. He clips it and it goes foul. Count 1-1 for Lampeter. Or excuse me, for Sharp. They're really working on that first base. Getting Lampeter, to be honest. I'm going to keep fumbling over his name just because they keep working him. Almost takes a look. Almost with the pitch. Strike. Count 2-1. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Pitch comes in. Alrighty, folks. Oop. Yeah, they get him this time, folks. They made him work, and Garrick Hill took care of that situation. It took a little bit of effort and a little attempt, but that gets him an out. Sharp gets settled in. Base now all open. He gets a whip at it, but it goes foul on him. Trying to keep himself viable here. Almost takes a look. Here's the pitch. Swings right into Almost's glove, and it pops out. He goes to first with it. Is it quick enough? Looks like it is into Garrick Hill's mitt. That's another 1-3. And that's the second out here, folks. Top of the fourth. Up now, number 8, left fielder Riley. Riley will be followed by the top of the lineup. Possibly that's going to be Britton. Almost with the pitch. Down in the dirt. Almost with pitch again. They get the clipped edge. Goes out of bounds and out of the field. Can't even call that foul when it goes completely out of the field. That is out of bounds. Almost gets settled back in on a mound. Count 1-1. Pitch comes in. It's a low. Count 2-1. Almost with the pitch. Swings, goes foul. Way out foul. Pitch comes in from almost, clips the edge of Bodeker's glove. Score 3-3 here at Elsberry. Hollis checks. Here comes the pitch. Got a hold of it there. Knocked short to first to Hill, and Hill gets it out. And, folks, that ends this top of the fourth. Score still 3-3. Tied up as the Indians will take the bats and the Wildcats will take the field. First at bat for the Indians is going to be John Almas. He's going to be followed by Garrick Hill and Cale Mackey. Folks, we're going to break away for just a short message and be with you just a second here on the Indian Sports Network. Thanks again for joining us tonight.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Alrighty, folks, and those of you joining us here at home, I suppose I could say, part of the new features of the Indian Sports Network and our new broadcast, it is a lot more accessible via your mobile device, iPad, all that fun stuff. You can now keep up with us, not just on your PCs at home or laptops. Settling in at bat is going to be John Almas, number 14, pitching tonight. On the mound is still fall for those Wildcats. Pitch comes in. Almost gets a hold of it, and it's going right field. It's going down, but I don't know if it's right into the right fielder's gloves. It is right into Sharp's hands. Nice hit by Almost, just a little too accurately right into right field. Garrick Hill up now. Hill playing first base tonight. He had a couple balls whiz by him. A couple missed opportunities today, but not the worst in the world. His first at bat, knocked it to third base. This time he drives it straight on back and down, but into the center fielder's mitt. So, two nice solid hits straight on back, but no joy for the Indians. Up now, number 6, Cale Mackey, here in the bottom of the fourth. Mackey will be followed by Mike Kelly, number 9. Pitch comes in. A little on the outs. Ball with the pitch again. Same spot. Mackey gets settled in on the left side of the plate. Or excuse me, he's batting left-handed, so he's on the right side of the plate. Count out 2-1. Here's a pitch. There's a strike. Count 2-2. Whoa, outside. So that's a 3-2 count. It is full, folks. Ball with the pitch. It's a little in the dirt this time, and that's going to send Cale Mackey to first base on a walk. Up now, number 9, Mike Kelly, third baseman. Kelly gets settled in. Pitch is high. Michael Kelly gets settled in. Foul looks, checks over to first. Here goes the pitch. It's high again. Looking for that option to try to get that ball down to first. Count 2-0. Ball with the pitch. It's high this time. There's a swing. Count 2-1. And there's another one, folks. Another one on the ball. And folks, that's his fourth, so that's going to send him to the happy walking ground. He'll be sitting at first. Cale Mackey moving up to second, and that puts number 21 on the deck. Or excuse me, at the plate. On the deck is going to be number 10. That's Bodeker. 2 outs. Pitch comes in. It's a little low, but that's one. Here's another ball. Trevor Anthony with the pitch comes in. Yeah, it's a strike. Count 1-2. Pitch comes in the dirt. It's going to give a 2-2 count. Trevor Anthony gets settled in. Here's the pitch. Low. It's going to be a 3-2. Count is full, folks, on Trevor Anthony with runners at first and second. Leading is Cale Mackey, followed by Mike Kelly. Pitch comes in, and it's tight. And that's another ball, folks. And we are going to load these bases up. That puts Cale Mackey on third, Michael Kelly at second, and Trevor Anthony at first. Fall and Jones having a quick chit chat as Bodeker steps up. Steve Bodeker going to get settled in. Bases are loaded, as we said, 2 outs. We'll see what Fall pitches. It's high. That's a ball, folks. Pitch comes in. It's a rip by Bodeker right on through. Folks, we're going to see if anything happens. And it sure does. There's an out there at first, and that seals the deal. And that closes up this portion of the fourth and the fourth as a whole. We're going to head in the fifth inning here in just a moment, folks. Scores 3-3 here on the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson, and once again, thank you for joining us here on the Indian Sports Network.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome back again to the Indian Sports Network as we watch the Elsberry Indians and the Wright City Wildcats play ball here in Elsberry. On your screen, you're seeing Coach Dameron cut across as John almost warms up on the mound. First at bat is going to be Tyler Britton. He's number 1, and he is second baseman. We are here in the top of the 5th inning, if you haven't been able to keep complete track. Got to admit, I'm juggling keeping a book and keeping up with this at the same time. And baseball has never been my strong suit to keep a book in. So it's kind of been hopping a lot around. Pitch comes in from almost, it's a little low, folks, and maybe even got a little mud on it by the time it got to the catcher's glove. Catching is Stephen Bodeker. John almost at pitching, or at the mound pitching. First base, Garrick Hill. Second base is Trammell. Shortstop, Colby Martin. Mike Kelly at third. Tyler Turnbull in left. Zach Reimel in center. Kale Mackey in right. For the Indians here. Score 3-3. As we watch Mr. Britton hit. No swing this time, ball a little low. A few solid hits that Elsberry's had have been knocked right into the glove of an outfielder. Swing, foul. Pitch comes in from Almas. Down the dirt. Count 3-2. So we are full for Mr. Britton. He'll be followed by Jones and Tipker. Last time around, Britton made it all the way home and scored for the Wildcats. That's foul. That went down somewhere over here to the left where we're broadcasting. Almost settles in on the mound. There's the pitch. And hits a ball, folks. Sends Tyler Britton to first. Up now, Jones. He'll be followed by Tipker and Mosey. Jones also scored in his last time around. Pitch comes in, and there's a rip right into Colby Martin's hand. He tags at second, gets to Garrick Hill, and gets to first base, but they're going to call that first base run a good one. They're going to say he made it there in time. So that means Tyler Britton is out at second, and Jones makes his way to first. A little bit of discussion between the umpires, I guess, on how that call went down. They're thinking that he was out, but I'm assuming they're going to say the ball was bobbled or something on that line. I didn't get a real clear sight of it. I've got a post right blocking my view of first base. I've got to kind of lean every time anybody jolts that way, or I can't see it. My computer screen isn't big enough for me to really make it out. Dibker settles in. They try to throw back for that first base option. Pitch comes in. It's a little muddy on that one. Count 1-1 from Mr. Tipker. Oh, they're trying back for that first base option again. They're calling him safe. Umpire from behind home plate heading back to talk to the other official. Not sure what's going on with that, but looks like they're having some form of conference. While they do, we're going to break away for well, we won't break away. It looks like they're pretty quick wrapped up. Oh, they're saying it's one ball. Not exactly sure what that relevance that has into the whole system of it, but almost gets ready. There's a pitch. And they go for second base, but they overthrow it and slides around. Colby misses it, but Carson Trammell gets a hold of it. Yep, Trammell got on that. Now, Jones sitting at second base. Tipker sitting there. Pitch comes in. That's a strike. Count 2-1, or excuse me, 1-2. With one out. Pitch comes in from Almas. That's a ball. Tipker will be followed by Mosey. Almost gets settled in. There's the pitch. He rips it towards center, and it's down, folks. As it's down, Jones rounds his way to home. He's quick enough to get there and make it in. And they get him out. They get Tipker out at third, folks. So Jones scores. Tipker out at third. It's a 9-5. So 2 outs. Up now, number 28, Mosey. Mosey knocked it out towards third, his first at bat. Made as far as second base in his second at bat, but he was part of that bunch of runs that all went down there in the third inning. Didn't end up too much success on it, though. Pitch again. Almost gets settled on the mound. Count 3-0, I think. At least my take on it. Like I said, these umps aren't too vocal tonight. A little less than normal, really, honestly, even with their signaling for it. And I'm not in the best angle in the world to pick up on every one of the calls like I normally am. Mosey with his fourth. There. He's going to make his way first base. Up now. Number 12, Bodie. 2 outs. Runner on first. Bodie at bat. Bodie batting left-handed. All of us on the mound for the Indians. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. Checking around. Here comes the pitch. He pops it back, and it goes foul. Almost with the pitch. It's a rip straight back to center. It's going, and it just right along the 340 line. Just bounces right there before it. Mosey's making his way around, but he kind of trips after he gets under third, regains himself, and makes his way back. So Mosey at third, and Bodie at second. Nice hit there by Bodie. Can't argue that, as he almost knocked it out of the park, really, the way it was going. A little more arc, and it would have done it. Up now, number 2, foul. Almost with the pitch. Rips it. Rips it third, and it goes foul, folks. At the line, way on back, it goes foul. So they were waving him on because heaven knows that's about the best option at that point. Not so accurate, though, and that the call was against that movement. Mosey will have to sit tight at third base for just a little longer here in the top of the 5th. Timeout called by batter. Almost with the pitch. Down low in the dirt. Count 1-1, at least by my take of it. Pitch comes in. He rips it going towards center. Almost same spot that Bodie did. But Reimel gets under it this time, folks, before the runs are scored. So that seals up that part there with the third out. We're going to head into the bottom of the 5th here in just a second. We're going to leave you with a message from one of our sponsors here on the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson, back with all the action in a moment.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Alrighty, folks. The score is 4-3 here in favor of Wright City. Yep, 4-3. Had to double check myself here. First at bat for Wright City, or excuse me, for the Indians should be Tyler Turnbull. As we hit here in the bottom of the 5th. Hopefully these Indians can pull something together here. Tyler can spark up the lineup. We get a little action rolling, and this turns into something big for the Indians. At least in my opinion from watching it, it looked like Fall was starting to struggle just a little bit the last inning in terms of control and handling it. So maybe they may have a ability to hone in on what he's doing and capitalize. And there's a ball. Turnbull will be followed by Colby Martin. Fall gets settled up there. Pitch comes in. It's a strike. Count now 3-2, I believe. 3-1, excuse me. Pitch comes in. Clips it and it goes foul. Turnbull gets settled in. Pitch comes in, he clips the edge of it, and it goes foul. Foul with the pitch. And that's a fourth ball, so that's going to move Mr. Tyler Turnbull on down to first base and up now. Number 2, Colby Martin. Colby playing shortstop for the Indians today. Colby going to be settling in right there for the Indians. Foul going to be coming out. Looks like they're putting number 1, that's Britton. He's going to be taking the mound. I say Britton, but yep, Britton. So they do that in between Martin and Turnbull. Colby Martin will be followed by Zach Reimel, and Reimel by John Almas. Looks like Fall will be picking up in, I assume, Britton's spot, at least at the moment. It kind of is up in the air as they're all standing out there. But Britton was playing second base. We're going to break away for just one quick message and be right back here on the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson, and thanks for joining us.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Alrighty, folks. Colby Martin getting settled in. Pitch from Britton. It's high and tight. Pitch comes again. Count 1-1. Colby gets settled in. Britton checks. Here's the pitch. Runner moves. And we got Mr. Turnbull to second base, folks, here in the 5th inning of play. Colby gets settled back in. There's the pitch. Taps it with his bat, and he moving. But they're calling a foul. Colby almost had it there, folks. Colby saw an opportunity, tried to capitalize on it, just didn't completely roll through with it. Britton gets settled in. There's the pitch from Martin. Or excuse me, to Martin. Count 3-2. Ryan will be up after Almas. Or excuse me, Ryan will be up after Martin, then Almas. Pitch comes in, swings, and it goes foul, I'd say. Or no, it's fair, and it's a caught ball. It's a caught ball, folks. That was a nice hit by Colby Martin, but I tell you, left field picked that one off. That's the first out. Up now, Zach Reimel. At least Turnbull's still on second base. Sitting out there by himself just to wait. Let's see what Mr. Reimel can serve up for him. Britton checks back. Here's a pitch. Strike one. And that's a knock straight back, folks. Let's see if it goes down. Right into center field's glove. Right into center field glove. You know, Zach hit a nice one, but that habit that has followed Elsberry all night. Nice long, hard far hits, but they're landing in the glove. Every one of them. They're not falling in those pockets where we need them to be. Up now, number 14, John Almas. Pitcher. Britton checks back. Here comes the pitch. Outside. Almas be followed by number 30. That's Garrett Kill. Pitch comes in. Count 2-0. Swing and a miss. That one probably would have been a wiser decision to hold off on, but here's a pitch. Outside, that's another ball. Count 3-1. Count 3-1. Runner at second and 2 outs for the Indians here in the 5th inning of play. Elsberry Indians, Wright City Wildcats. Here's a rip right towards right field. It may go right into the right fielder's glove, and he's got it, folks. Golly. Every single one of the outfielders in this inning picked off one of those outs, folks. Each one of them got one. That's not what you see too often as we close out this 5th inning of play, and we roll on into the 6th. Wright City up by 1. We're going to head away for just a quick commercial break and be back here on the Indian Sports Network in just a moment.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back here to the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson bringing you all the action live here from Elsberry. Tonight's game, Elsberry Indians, Wright City Wildcats. Up now, number 7, it's Lampeter. The Wildcats lead the Indians 4-3. On the mound, John Almas. Pitch comes in. And that's a strike, folks. Almas winds up. Here's the pitch again. A little low in the dirt. That'd be ball. Lampeter will be followed by Sharp and Riley. Lampeter, Sharp, and Riley, the left field, center field, and right fielders, not in that order, all had a heck of an end to that last inning. They all each picked off a batter as 3 Indians all had heck of nice hits out into the outfield, but they all were targeted and taken care of by those outfielders. And it actually kind of worked respectively left to right with the first, second, and third out. Number 7, that's Lampeter, does get walked to first. Up now, Sharp, number 6. Sharp gets settled in. Pitch comes in. They try to do the throw over to second. Too slow. Lampeter gets to second base, and he's sitting cozy. As Sharp settles back in with not much of a count against him. Pitch comes in. Count 1-1. Almost gets settled. Sharp ready. Almost checks back the runner. Here comes a pitch. Clips it, and it goes foul, folks, behind the grandstand here. Pitch comes in. Whoa. Right into Almus's glove, and he's running for it. And hands it off, and that seals up and out right there, folks. John walked her right where she needed to end that deal. So that's our first and second outs there. That puts Riley up. Ball there. Yep, we are hitting the floor, folks. After Mr. Riley, we will kick back up to Tyler Britton. Britton pitching now for the Wildcats, replacing Paul from the prior innings. Riley steps onto the box, gets settled down. Almost looks like he's made his choice what he's going with. Here comes a pitch. And it's a rip, and it's going high and deep. Carson Trammell underneath it, but it clips the edge of his glove. He thought he was under it, just didn't work too well. That puts a runner at first, folks. Mr. Riley just nice and settled in. Up now, Tyler Britton. Britton pitching for the Wildcats here tonight. Sun's starting to set here on the field. Pitch comes in. Almost checks forward. Pitch comes in. It's low. Pitch comes in. Low. Count 1-2. Steve Bodecker catching for Mr. Almus. Pitch comes in. They go for the throw over to second. Just a hair behind. Good move by the Indians, but just a hair behind. That lets Mr. Riley get settled in there at second. Pitch comes in, swings, knocks it right down the third baseline. They go for first, safe, too slow, and the ball just completely misses Bodecker as Riley is able to make his way home, bumping the Wildcats by another point. Out getting made there. That's going to kick us into the bottom of the sixth here in just a moment on the Indian Sports Network. We're going to break away for just a short message and be right back with all the action here on the Indian Sports Network, brought to you by the Elsberry Democrat.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here to the Indian Sports Network. This is Jake Thompson. Indians still down by just one. I wasn't paying too much attention there, and I did say that that other run was scored, but really wasn't thinking about the fact that they did get that Britton out at first. So that kind of negates that run and the fact of that happening. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. Up first, I believe, should be number 30. That's Garrick Hill. Garrick Hill gets settled in. Tyler Britton going to be pitching to him. He did replace Fall in the prior inning. Pitch comes in. High. He gets a hold of that one, folks. It's going to center, but is it going to fall? Yep, it falls right into center field. That ends Mr. Garrick's attempt. Garrick Hill out, first out of the bottom of the 6th. Up now, Cale Mackey, number 6. Cale out in right field. Cale batting left-handed. He'll be followed by Michael Kelly. Ball 1. There's another one. Pitch comes in. A little low this time. Count 2-1. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. Count 2-2. There's 2. Count full now, folks. Pitch comes in. And that's a ball, so he's going to walk. Cale Mackey heading to first. Up next will be Michael Kelly. Kelly will be followed by Carson Trammell. Or excuse me, Trevor Anthony, who's DHing for Carson. Mike Kelly at third base this game. Lights on the field coming on as the sun is starting to creep farther and farther down and the temperature slowly dropping. Pitch comes in. A little high. Here's pitch. That one a little low itself. Britton tries for that first base option. Here we go. Pitch comes in. He rips it on the outside of the third base foul line. Count 1-2. Trevor Britton looks around, checks his options, checks at first base. Pitch comes and there's pop up. And behind the grandstand. Britton checks all around. Pitch comes in. It's high. Count. 2-2. Pitch comes in. Low. And be a full count, folks. Full count for Mr. Michael Kelly. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Elsberry Indians, Wright City Wildcats, here on the Indian Sports Network. And that sends him a waltzing down the street, folks, as he hits first base. That's going to move Kyle Mackey to second. Up now is going to be number 21, Trevor Anthony. Or scratch that, folks. We're going to have a substitution. Wayne Holland coming in. Oh, Wade Holland stepping up. First time we've seen Holland. Holland going to get settled in here in just a moment. First substitution so far for the Indians. Checks around. Britton with the pitch. Low. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Alrighty, folks. Here's a pitch again. Check on it. It's a 2-1 count for Wayne Holland. Pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. 2-2 count for Wayne Holland. Seen some good hits from Holland last year. Hopefully what he can do here is spark these Indians up, get them to push out, get something done, folks. And that one was a tight one, folks. Full count for Wayne Holland. Britton gets settled back up on the mound. Holland to be followed by Steve Bodecker. And there's pitch. And folks, that's a walk. That means we are going to have runners on first, second, and third. Wayne Holland at first, second base Michael Kelly, Kale Mackey third base, and up now Steve Bodecker. And they're going to switch people out. They're going to send Trevor Anthony out to run for Wayne Holland, courtesy runner. Bodecker heads on out to the box. He gets settled in. Here's a pitch. High. Pitch comes in. Here's a tip. Pitch comes in. There's a check on that. Count 2-1, I believe. Pitch comes in. It's low. Low. Britton gets set. Here's a pitch. Swings and knocks it out between center and right. It's down, folks. It's down, and Cale Mackey's going to make his way home and score. That is going to tie it up. Steve Bodecker does well with that. Makes his way to first. That puts Michael Kelly on third. And courtesy runner for Wayne Holland. Trevor Anthony now sitting at second. Pitch comes in. And that's a strike for Mr. Tyler Turnbull. Here's another pitch. Strike there. Turnbull made as far as second base last time around. Pitch comes in high. Count 1-2. Turnbull potentially followed by Colby Martin for the Indians. Ball high over his head. Count 2-2. Turnbull gets settled back in. Tyler Britton with the pitch. It's outside. Count should be full now, folks, for Tyler Turnbull. Turnbull sells back in. Britton checks. Here comes pitch. And they called that a strike, folks. That's strike two. Or excuse me, out 2 for the inning. Strike 3. Up now, Colby Martin. Martin will be followed by number 22, Zach Reimel. Runners at first, second, and third. Don't want to leave these fellas stranded. Pitch comes in. Tight. Something that did plague the Indians, it seemed a lot last year, was stranded runners getting 2 or all 3 bases full and stranding these guys who worked hard to get a ball going. Pitch comes into Martin. He knocks it. They're going. Ball clips off the shortstop's glove, and all runners advance. Michael Kelly scores. That puts a courtesy runner, Trevor Anthony, on third. Stephen Bodecker on second. And Colby Martin on first, folks. Up now, Zach Reimel. Quick chit-chat and talk up on a mound by the Wildcat faithful. That's former pitcher Fall, new pitcher Britton, and Mr. Jones, all having a chit-chat about what could be done with these Indians. Zach Reimel going to get settled in there right as we break across the into the 7 o'clock hour. Pitch comes in. It's a pop-up high going right. Right fielder gets under it, and he picks it off, folks. Picks it off, and that ends this portion of the sixth and the sixth inning as a whole as we head into the seventh inning of play here on the Indian Sports Network. Folks, we're going to break away for just a few short messages from our sponsors, and we'll be right back here with all the action in just a few moments. Once again, this is Jake Thompson, and thanks for joining us.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, folks, as I alluded to, we break the 7 o'clock hour as we head into the seventh inning of play. Score 5-4 in favor of the Indians. Still on the mound is John Almas. Wildcats will be batting in just a moment. We're going to break away for one more quick message.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Up now, number 4 for the Wildcats. It's going to be Jones. Jones has been catching tonight for these boys from Wright City. Almost still on the mound for the Indians. Here comes a pitch. A little low, folks. A little bit low. Pitch comes in. It's a rip foul. That one, foul ball. Everybody thought it was going to go out of field, but it bounced around off the fence and ended right back in play. Jones gets settled back on in. Pitch comes in. Ball called, so it's 2-1. Or excuse me, 1-1. Pitch comes in. Low. Count 3-1. I was right earlier when I said 2-1. Pitch comes in. And that's a walk, folks. It's going to put Mr. Jones at first base. Up now, number 9, that's Stipker. He'll be followed by 28 Mosey. Hitting into the lineup, hitting into their part of the lineup that is a little meatier in terms of where they can hit. These Wright City boys are hoping for it and waiting for it to hit that point. Get some of these bigger hitters out. Indians with 1-run lead here in the top of the 7th. And there's a clip, and it's going far back center, folks. Ramo goes underneath it. He gets it, folks. Picks it off. Man on a mission. Tipker is done on that deal. That's 1 out. Runner still at first. And Mosey steps to the plate. Mosey hit to third. His first at bat, second at bat, I think knocked it out towards right field. And maybe right field again. No, left field both times, excuse me, in the 3rd and 5th innings at his at bats. He's made it on base every time, but that first inning when he knocked it straight to the third baseman. Almost checks. Here comes his pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Mosey's on a warpath. He's going to knock snot out of this ball, I think, or come darn close to trying. Here's a pitch. He knocks it center. Rymel goes. He's going. And, folks, it's down on the wall. That means that Jones is going to make his way in, and he sure does. It's another run scored for the Wildcats. That leaves Mosey knocking himself cozily to second base. Short little chit-chat on the mound there. That 1 run there ties the game. Pitch comes in. Pody, left-handed batter for the Wright City Wildcats at bat in the box. He's waiting. Here comes the pitch. He rips it right towards shortstop. Shortstop picks it off, goes to first, and it's an out. Second out right there. Yeah, it's a 6-3. Second out. Fall, excuse me, gets settled in the batter's box. Was pitching, now he's at second, I believe. And that's a strike. At least I think it's a strike. 2 outs here. Pitch comes in. Tight this time. It's a ball. Pitch comes in. It's seconds. Count 1-2. Almost readies. Here's the pitch. Outside, it's a ball. Count 2-2. That's a clip. It's going to go foul, folks. Out to the right there. Fall will be followed by Lampender. Fall gets settled back in there. Almost settles in on the mound. Mosey still at second base with pretty good lead off of the base. There's a swing and a clip, and it's going. And now runners at second and third. Fall takes that and moves on it, folks. Can't argue with that play. Well done. Mosey now settles in at third base. We got runners on the corners as number 7 steps up. Looks like Coach Robinson calling for a time as he's going to go talk to all of us on the mound. We're going to break away for a quick message, folks, and we'll be right back here on the Indian Sports Network.
Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Once again, I want to say how thankful we are for our sponsors that allow us to bring these youth athletic sporting events to you throughout the year, whether that's Elsberry High School, softball, baseball, basketball, or even as we head into the Legion ball season here locally. Without the sponsors like these, we wouldn't be able to bring you these fine athletic events, and you get to watch the youth of our community compete and really learn some good life skills out here on the field. Throw to first. They try it again. That throw to first has been a big focus tonight, it seems. Usually is with some teams, just in general, but it's been hotly moved the last few innings. Up now, number 7. That's Lampinder. On the mound, still John Almas. Pitch comes in. It's a ball. Count 2-0 with 2 outs. And it's a strike, folks. Count 2-1. Lampinder will be followed by Sharp, potentially. Pitch comes in. Count 3-1. And that's a ball. That's a walk. We're going to have runners now at second and first. It means we got bases loaded, folks, as Sharp steps up to plate. Sharp gets settled in. He knocks it through a hole, folks, right out to center as Mosey scores. And they get a fall out. So Mosey did score on that. Fall was the third as he was here. And 2. So it's another run there. As we seal out the 7th inning here, folks. Score now 6-5, I believe, here into the 7th, or the bottom of the 7th. On the mound, that's number 1 again, Tyler Britton. Up first to bat will be John Almas. Almas will be followed by Garrett Hill, that's number 30, and 6, Cale Mackey. If they're going to make something happen, this is about the moment it's got to be motivated in, folks. It's got to kick up now. It's got to start the hustle. Gentlemen from inside the Wright City dugout hassling their teammates as they were slow to clean up the field. One of the gentlemen hollered, "This is a baseball game. Come on, it's supposed to go fast." I'd say that was a little bit of sarcasm, at least in the general speed of the sport. John almost settles in the batter's box. Pitch comes in, swing and a miss. Oh, tight one there, folks. Almost clipped there with that one, but he quick will move on it. Another tight one there, folks. Count should be, I believe, 2 or 3-2. Almost settles back in. Britton on the mound. There's a pitch. And that's a walk, folks. John almost heads to first here as we start this inning of play. Up now, number 30. That's Garrett Hill. He'll be followed by Cale Mackey, Mike Kelly, and then depending on how they decide to do that, it's supposed to be Trevor Anthony, DH, but Wayne Holland was subbed in earlier. Looks like Wright City's going to circle up on the mound for a few seconds, folks. Not sure exactly what discussion's going on. It looks like they're more milling around than they're actually having a discussion of anything, really, to be honest. But there we go. It does look like they have changed pitchers. So for all the milling around, it wasn't honest milling around. Bodie now on the mound. Assumed to close up this game for these boys. Bodie warms up. I assume they'll probably rotate. I guess fall over to third if they haven't already shifted people around. It looked last time like they came out, they'd shift around from their earlier set on the field, but as I said, it didn't look like there had been any major substitutional changes. We are here in the bottom of the 7th. Score 6-5. I would break away for a commercial, to be honest, folks, but the rate some of these pitchers move and some of these teams move, sometimes it works out well and sometimes it catches us right in the backside. We're behind the game then. Especially this late in the game. Earlier in the game they take a little more time, but these guys got some intent to it and they know where they're going, so they don't piddle as much. As I said, on the mound is Bodie. Bodie settles in. He's going to be pitching to Garrett Hill. This is going to be his 4th at bat. Flew out twice to center field, once to second baseman, knocked it straight right into his glove, more or less. He'll be followed by Cale Mackey. It'll be Mackey's 4th at bat as well. Here's a pitch, and that's a pop up and right behind the grandstand. Bodie settles in. Checks the runner at first. That's John Almas. There's the pitch to Garrick, and Garrick reaches out for that in the swing, and he's done. First out. Cale Mackey up. Cale gets settled in. Bodie checks that runner at first again. Here comes the pitch. Oh, high. Indians got to find an opportunity here to open something up and get a runner in. At least one, if not two, and just try to lock it in a little better because they're down now. After having fought back and forth on it, Mackey hits towards third, and they clip him out there. Get him at first with that. So that's 2 outs. That does get Almas to second base, though, folks. Up now 9, Michael Kelly. Kelly scored 2 out of the 3 times he has been up at bat and had to hit. Of those times, though, he has been walked all 3 at bats. Pitch comes in. It's high. Dead center. Bounces it up into Bodie's glove. He hands it off to Mosey. And, folks, that seals that right there in a nice, pretty package with a bow that inning. That ends the game, folks. As I said, score 6-5 with the Wright City Wildcats taking the lead and the win on this game. Indians fought hard. They had some good hits, some good plays, some great opportunities to make something happen. Just didn't all materialize as they wanted. And the guys who were hitting hard, they were hitting it just a little off of the goal where they probably needed to hit it. In terms of hitting in those pockets and those holes where you want to land that ball far out. And Wright City's outfield and farther back fellows were able to pick those up, capitalize it, and make something happen. Folks, we're going to take a couple seconds to break away for some messages from our sponsors here on the Indian Sports Network, and then we'll do another quick wrap-up.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at MedicineShopRx.com.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, folks, once again, thank you for joining us tonight here on the Indian Sports Network. We're happy to bring you these games throughout the season as we go on. Obviously, we're still early, and as always, breaking into a new season, we do see some challenges, some trials, and a little bit of tribulation every once in a while. Overall, the Indians didn't play too terribly bad. I think from a grander scheme of it, there were some real good glimmers of hope, some definite sparks there, some solid hitting, and even fielding in that aspect, but they just got edged out a little bit by Wright City tonight. Really, for Wright City, the big scorers were Jones, number 4, and he really, by far, was ahead of it. Britton as well as Mosey were big hitters, but in the grand scheme of making it all the way around, Jones did is pretty solid. In terms of their pitching, Fall started them out pretty solid, and that gave them a good grounding. For the Indians, John Almas pitched through the entirety of the game, held up pretty well for the most part. You did see a little shake in there in terms of, I think it was just over time, but he was able to keep pretty good control of the ball. There really wasn't any standout player for the Indians. I think this game there was a lot of equal opportunity and a lot of guys who kind of held it together and kept it at once going. In terms of runs, Cale Mackey, Kelly kind of led the team in that aspect, both with 2 there. But the Indians, it's early in the season, as we said. There's a lot of opportunity to go forward, and I think this is a good season for it. They've got a solid lineup. I think a gentleman that can all play some solid ball. In terms of the Indian Sports Network, we hope you'll keep up with us and join on with us as we go throughout the season. Next game broadcast will be Thursday at 4:30 from Bowling Green High School. We'll be bringing you all the action live. It'll probably be myself solo broadcasting again, I believe, but we will have all the action here, picking up probably about 4:15. We'll start up with lineups and a little bit of background on the game. But the game is at 4:30 here on the Indian Sports Network on Thursday. Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Indian Sports Network. Have a good night. This is Jake Thompson signing off.